Hi, dead vloggers. The phrase dead, formerly an accurate description of this group, can now hopefully be upgraded to alive.
No, wait, that's the wrong word. How about comatose? I'm not a fan of that either. Existing? Animate. Breathing. Maybe abiding? Amongst the living. I'm just going to settle for revived. This is, of course, not to downplay Angelo's heroic efforts. I'm fairly certain he has a higher video quota than the rest of us combined, and it is because of Angelo's resolve that I will be releasing a brand spanking new video. This is that video, just in case you were wondering. Now, I'd like to talk about two things. The first is my response to Anna's prompt about family trees. My family is pretty gigantic, so I simplified Anna's model a bit. In short, my mom's side of the family, represented by the blue blocks, is gigantic, with her and her 6 siblings forming the crux of the tree, with my grandmother and great-uncle being the only members occupying a higher level. Below, the diagram becomes less of a tree and more of a bush, with cousins expanding outward to sire more cousins and so on. My father's side, represented by the pretty floral blocks, is a lot less clear. He only has one sister, so, as a result, many of my cousins on my dad's side are not actual cousins. What are they? Who knows? We'll call this side the family bramble. Got all of that? Good. Ordinarily, this is the part where I talk about my life at school, but there's not much that's really worth noting, so here's all of it in miraculous speed vision as to not waste too much of your precious time. Thanks for listening. Let's talk about social media, shall we? If I were to say that social media is gradually consuming our lives, I wouldn't be the first person to make that point. After all, with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, LinkedIn, MySpace, Google+, and Pinterest, there are a lot of outlets in which to post everything possible about your life. It's a mostly harmless diversion, and a way to connect with friends, but does it ever feel like we're too connected? That being spoon-fed data in the form of text messages, tweets, and posts is all we live for? Again, I realize this is unoriginal. I'm going somewhere with this. We demand content from everyone we know to sustain ourselves, and we in turn regurgitate more data for them. It's an endless loop of stimulus like some bizarre online human centipede, and it would have been inconceivable up until recently. Alright, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about zombies. Why is culture so enamored with the idea of a zombie apocalypse? For that matter, why am I so enamored with the idea of a zombie apocalypse? The inherent problem is assuming that one survives said apocalypse. If the zombie apocalypse went the way everybody hoped, then there would be one hapless zombie wandering around New York with like 1,000 people with crossbows chasing the poor chap. There must be enough zombies to actually cause an apocalypse, so odds are you're going to be one of those shambling cannibals. But what makes it so appealing? I did some soul searching and found out why I personally find it appealing, and I imagine a lot of other people feel the same way. It's because I am the sole bastion of sanity in a country that has become increasingly mindless. I'm actually not. I've just convinced myself that I am. You see, in a country that preaches individualism, everyone is A, determined to be special, and B, thinks that they are vastly superior to the legions of other folk just following the majority. This philosophy has both produced some brilliant individuals and has profoundly messed up the way we think. I call it protagonist syndrome. This relates to social media, at least as far as I'm concerned, because every single one of my zombies tweets. And, as previously stated, I am not the first person by far to think this way. But I'm just as susceptible to being a figurative zombie as everyone else that I paint in this less than favorable light. For instance, I am a white, middle-class college student struggling with student loans while trying to figure out what to do with my life. To the kid that skipped college to work and dedicate his or her life to a trade, I am the zombie. And there are others who undoubtedly think that this kid wasted his life when he could have been so much more. These days, you create your own apocalypse, one in which you are always guaranteed to be on the winning side. Just a little something to think about. Alright, so until next time, I hope to hear from you guys soon and have a wonderful week. Bye!